everybody, and welcome to a solitaire mystery. I don't know why that was not sized correctly. Are we sized correctly now? You'd think I'd have spot that before I started recording. No. Well, anyways, here we are. We're recording. We're going. This is a solitaire mystery. Now, I've been seeing this game around a lot. I'm excited for it. I really want to play it. But what I'm really excited about is that this game is actually made by the same people that made Baba Is You. And you can kind of tell because you can see, like, Baba, It's an interesting thing. I don't really know much about it, what goes on, but I know it's a bunch of weird solitaires, and I love solitaire. So, we're going to start with Tap Solitaire. Fairly traditional. The twist is you can place up to 3 cards sideways to start new temporary stacks in order to manage things more easily. Originally called Babataire, the solitaire features cute Baba Is You themed cards inspired heavily by whatever. Point is, how do we... Oh, and then you click play. Now, I love solitaire, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, I assume... maybe... Oh, yeah, I think... Hold on. What is this? Yes. Pile cards of every suit in ascending order on the slots on the right. Cards are stacked in the middle slots in ascending order. You can only pick up a stack of multiple cards if they're of the same suit. While you're holding a single card, you can right-click on another card to place the held card sideways on top of the clicked card. Any card can be placed on top of a sideways card, but you can only have 3 sideways cards at maximum at a time. To turn sideways card like upright, you need to pick it up and place it in a valid spot for that specific card. So, very interesting things here. Things I noticed, we can just start unburying some stuff. If that's even a wise thing. What's under this? A 9? Well, I think first I should try to find... Yeah, that's there. We need to find, so we can see the K, we can see Kiki, we can see Baba, we can see Fifi. Oh, and that's where that one is. So that might be a good thing to go for. You can see 13 there. Well, part of me wants to say 13 is the end of the stack, so I feel like I should get a 13 over on one of those spots. Now I have a 12 there. That 7 can go there. We can place an 11 there. Now we can kind of start to unbury some of these cards. You can move both of those onto there, and look at that. We are flying. Now, I feel like moving a 13 to a stack is a smart idea, but we should also be very careful here. But also, I feel like I should just do that, because that helps unbury some stuff. Now, part of me thinks we're almost a little stuck here. But, like, for example, if we could move this 9... Ooh, maybe if we could get down into there, that'd be pretty good for us. So how does this work? I do that. Okay, and then I could always undo a move. Okay. So now we know how that works. There's no 6s really in sight until you get there. Okay, well... Okay, well that's another 9. Can I, do that? Well, actually, hold on. That might not be wise. We can see the 2s right there, the 3s right there. I think we really need to unbury this. I don't know what that name is. So we have to move a 2. That'll be easy. A 9 and a 5. So we would also need a 6 if we really want to move this stuff. But also not, entirely. I mean, once we get... Ooh, if we can, really unbury down into there, we can get that 12. So like here's kind of what I'm trying to do, right? I'm thinking getting this 12 eventually onto this 13. We could then get that 12 onto that 13, and then you have 13, 12, 11. That's just a useful thing. Now, where's the 9? Oh, it's all the way at the end of that stack. We're not going to get that for a while. So, like, it'd be easy to get to this jack. I just don't want to, like, screw myself, you know? Thinking where are the 6s is really... There's one right there. So... I mean, yes, we can do that. Where's the next 11 there? See, it's this catch-22 of like, well, if I want to put this there, I need that there. And if I need that, then I want that. This 9. I feel like this stack is just not where it's going to be good for us. We want that 3. We want that 2. This stack, there's a lot of annoying things for us. Because I'm almost thinking I do that. I put like a 9 down. Now we have that free. Oh, we would be able to do something with that 8 if we were... Wait, so can I like move... No. Okay, I'm gonna undo a few moves there because I'm starting to like get an idea of like where I actually want to take everything. Because like this 5, I'm almost thinking like maybe I should put the 5 there, right? And then if I put that 9 there, I can put this 10 there and then a 9 on top of it. I want to be careful with these 3s. Baba's on this stack. Although we do have that we can work with. So I could actually put that there. Now we've got that. See, this is interesting. We need to get to Baba, but that's also kind of difficult. We need that too, I feel like. That makes all 3 for now. Being able to move that, I think, is just really useful. That opens up another 11. That 11 makes things kind of annoying. But we can now move that. We're so close. Right, but that's also a stack. What's this? That's a 2. And then it opens up an 8. Because I feel like that doesn't get me enough. Well, actually it might. Just moving some of those things around, we were able to get to some really good spots. Yeah, this is a little tough. Can't do... Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck here. Because I love that it makes that sound. Um, I'm going to restart. Because I feel like we're getting the hang of this. But we just got to get there. So, like, starting off here, right, I'm thinking... The goal is, of course, how do you get what you need? So you got Kiki, Fifi, J-Man, and then Baba. This is a completely different setup. Okay, Baba being all the way up there means Baba is the last stack we're going to focus on. But we did get dealt a 3 and a 2 off the bat. That's pretty good. Anyways. So I'm noticing a decent chain here. That leads to a 12, right? So if I put like an 11 down... Makes it annoying. So almost what you'd want is a weird... What's the closest one? You're there. Closest one is right there, I think. But I'm not sure that one's necessarily immediately helpful. None of them are immediately helpful. So the goal, let's just think about how we're going to get stacks of the different colors, right? There's a 4 and a 5. There's a 12. We're going to have to put something somewhere. So that 11 doesn't open much ground for us, but I'm almost thinking like if we put that 11 down, this 5, if we twist it, we need a 6. And where is a 6? There's a 6 right there. So we could like twist that. But this makes it harder to get to the 6. If we put this 2 down, maybe. We need a 3, and I see that 3. Oh, there's a 3 right there, then. Yeah, that's not awful. Probably get that. Okay, so I was thinking maybe we put the 2 down. We get the 7 on the 8. That feels like really good. 13 builds a bottom of a stack. That's just useful. 7, where's the next 8? Right there. Where's his 2? Right there. So difficult. It doesn't unlock much for us. Just get us a 9. An 8. Because honestly, what this can do is I can do that. I can do that. Now I've freed that. Oh, I see. That creates this annoying dilemma. If we can find a way to get to Fifi, that'd be really useful. But also now we have that, and that's definitely good for us. I think there's a couple main things we really want here. I think we want to get to Baba, honestly. I think that's one of the most useful things we could get right now, because we have the 2, 3, 4. Now that 6 isn't bad. We just do really need a 5. There's 5 right there, but the other 5 seem to be pretty... Where are they? Well, there's one right there. We had a 10, that'd also be good, but do anything with that. The idea is like maybe twisting that. 5 on that. That felt good. Okay, I'm just gonna say that series of events felt good. Now we'd be locking down that 5 if I ever do that, is the problem. And that 5 doesn't have anywhere it can go, which makes sense. The next 6 is... Oh, underneath that. Huh. It's gonna be until we get to the Baba. I don't really want to do something like that. I like that I have this string, but the 10 is all the way down there. Because, like... If I put that there, for example, then I put that down. This 6 can go on the 7. The 5 can go on that. That can go there. And then I could put the 13 at the bottom, bring the 7 back out. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. If I can create that 11, I could put it on the 12. Where's the 13? It's at the bottom of that stack. So I think I need to work on freeing that up. We can get all that. But if I do that again... Hold on, I just have an idea. Just bear with me. Oh my god, this is going really good. Okay. Now the question is where I want to put this, but I feel like I just start another stack right there, maybe. Look at that. Now we've got 2 through 9 for Baba's stuff. It's pretty good. And, oh yeah, I guess we got Fifi. And we got to the 2. Oh, that's insane. That's actually really good for us. More 13s are there. This I want to be able to, like, get onto the other stack is what I'm thinking. That 5, we would need a place to put it. Although, if I did that... and that, and then I put the 7 there, I can, like, just throw down this 11, because the other 11 is pretty high up. This frees up a spot for a while, which is really useful, I think. Then we can maybe even move this 9 over. Or this 10, I mean. Bury a bunch of the high numbers that we're not going to get to for a while. Maybe even the 9? And then we take the 13, use the 13 to create a stack. Oh, but this 5 now can't really... Yeah, that is kind of a problem. We do need a 6. Okay. Oh, no. I don't want that 9, I think. I actually want to do this. I can move that entire stack. We now get the 2 for Fifi. Where's the next 6? That's what I'm thinking. Because I do need to free up those 5s. Although, I'm just curious. Okay, it doesn't work like that. So those are kind of locked down for a minute. We need a 6. If I lock something, I could move some of these Baba things to get access to the 6, which would be a weird way of doing it, but I think it could actually be useful. Like, for example, what if I, like... I was thinking, like, what I actually want. This does have the 3. I think our focus should really be trying to get to Kiki, which is just a little difficult. Well, this problem is, like, we can try to get to Kiki, but it's like... Using a 5 to get... It's like this awkward maneuver. I think I need to get rid of those, at least one of those, before I start messing around more. So how about I do something like... Can I afford to cut off that stack? I think so. I think I can. Then... What was the idea here? I do that. Bring that out. Now I have the 4s on the 5. I can put the 7 on the 8. I could bring all of these over. That could work. The 6 is all the way buried, so that's not gonna happen. Because we almost have Kiki, and then once we get Kiki, we have a lot of things. But I have to be, like, careful with what I do to make sure I can actually clear any rotated things. And that's like the slight weird problem we're in right now. It's a 9 and an 8. I don't have a 10, though. If I ever wanted to free that 10, and it requires a whole lot of things. We've done a lot to ourselves right now. And it's a matter of how do we free ourselves. Like, I could technically do this, but I don't think it's a wise idea yet. I'm going to have to move a 7 onto something. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Use a 7 to create a stack. Now, I'm tempted by all of this, by over here, because we're not really going to have another 4 for a bit. But the question is, which 7 do I do it on? And I guess probably this one. So that like locks that, but now we can also... This is an auto stack button, right? Yeah. Which is just useful. Two stacks that we can utilize right now. Oh, that's something I probably just should straight up do. So if I... put a 12 on that stack, 10 on this stack, 11, 10. Now I have access to a 6. I also have access to a 9 and an 8. And I freed that. Interesting. We can move that back onto there, and now that's on there. Although, actually, go in a different order. Put that on there, and then that on there, because now I have all of that. We are making progress. So, we either can continue with the Kiki, with the red, and try to, like, pitch our way out of that stack entirely. We do have 2 sideways cards. One of them is beginning of a stack that we're going to have to crack into this. I think that's what I should really do right now. Because if I can crack into this stack, that's going to make a lot of progress. Now, this... Okay, I could use the 10... Put the 10 straight up into that stack, and I don't think that's a bad idea. it feels like a decent idea, because, like, there's only a few better options to put at the beginning of the stack, being 13, 12, or 11, and a lot of them are used up. So I think we'll put the 10 there. Now it's a matter of freeing up all of these, and that's going to be difficult. But I don't think it will be, because all I got to do is that, and now I can have that. So that's pretty good for me. I can do that, and even that. Now, is there any way? Yeah, there is a way. And this just helps me condense some stuff, so now I have even more room to work with. 4 is nothing it can go on to. 3 is all the way up there. I don't want to lock myself out of being able to use it. Oh, but there's a 3 right there that would leave this 4 and leave room for that 4. I wonder if I can do that. Or even if I could get this 12 into that stack. Probably not. I don't think I have a... Well, if I had 2 sideways cards, I could do 7 sideways, put the 9 and 8 on it. Actually, I think that works, right? 7 sideways, 9 and 8, 10 sideways, 11, 12 on the stack, and you can do 11, 10, 9 and 8, and the 7. And all of a sudden that 5 is not quite free, but we're able to think about it now. And we only have 1 sideways card. Getting close to Baba. Well, I'm thinking this just makes so much sense because I can put this 6 on there. This 10 I have to worry about, but only, like, barely, I think. My concern about putting it there is... I mean, we could still put it sideways if we had to move it. So we can do 3, 4, and I think I can straight up just then put 5 there. Now 10 is not even a worry. 4, auto stack, and we are so close. We're going to get there. So this is the last stack that really needs to be dealt with. I guess I can also do that, just because. Oh yeah, 9 and 8, and then you can also get the 7 on it. That's no longer bad. We can just do that, and then we have that. Now the 13, put a stack there. That's never going to really be a problem. Auto stack might just clear the entire game. There we go. With that, we got the achievement Sideways, win a game of Tap Solitaire. That was a lot of fun. Is there... It just shows 1 win. But, what, Huh. This is so very interesting, all the settings there are here. But I do, so far, it's a lot of fun. I love Solitaire. I'm obviously going to keep playing this. This is a new series for the channel. And I can't wait to explore way more into all of this. But hopefully you enjoyed. There's going to become a playlist for this game. So hopefully you enjoy. You are ready to explore the game with me. And I can't wait till we find. But I will see you later. And peace out, everybody. See ya.